Basketball fans, welcome back. So the 2024 BL playoffs are right upon us. They kick off in 2 days. And in this video, I'll just give you a closer look and what to expect with the teams that have qualified in this BAL Season 4 playoffs. So before you get into that, please be sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton. My goal is to get to 10,000, and with your help, also it'll also greatly assist. And also, I've put MPESA support if you're listening here in Kenya, and also if you're around the world, within the continent, outside the continent, and you enjoy the content, there's a PayPal link at the bottom at the comment section. So in the description box, tap in, help your boy out, and without further ado, let's just get into it. So the qualified teams, we had FUS Rabat, Petro de Luanda, Al Ahly Benghazi, Cape Town Tigers, River Hoopers, US Monastir, and AS Downers. So Al Ahly Benghazi, FUS Rabat, and River Hoopers have made their playoff debuts. Al Ahly Benghazi and River Hoopers were the first teams from Libya and Nigeria, respectively, to play in the BL playoffs. The last time we saw the River Hoopers was in BAL Season 1, and they couldn't make the playoffs. And FUS Rabat, in their debut, they finished first in the Kalahari Conference, the record of 3-1. And they have shown that the whole narrative that North African teams dominate African basketball is true. Because if you look at the number of North African teams in these playoffs, it's ridiculous. You've got FUS Rabat from Morocco. You've got Al Ahly from Egypt. They're the defending champions. You've got Al Ahly Benghazi. And you have US Monastir, who were phenomenal and had the best comeback we've seen in the Sahara Conference. But we'll get to that. So FUS Rabat, they clinched the Kalahari Conference, the first seed. The Petro de Luanda team, they clinched the number 2 spot. And looking at their playoff appearances, you can see they have appeared in the BAL postseason 4 straight times, and they've never missed a beat. And as per recording of this video, they won their domestic league, and they are punched in for BAL Season 5 already. So we're right now in the playoffs, but they've already won their league, and they're headed to BAL Season 5 with that ticket. So they're always guaranteed a spot, and they're always guaranteed an opportunity to keep competing in BAL. Then they finished with a record of 2-2. Then the Al Ahly, the defending champions in the Nile Conference, they finished the record of 5-1. They had the best record in the whole BAL with a 5-1 record, and this is their second straight time they're participating in the BAL playoffs. Last year, there was their first swing, and they went ahead and won it all, and this is their first title defense. Then the Al Ahly Benghazi team from the Nile Conference, they finished the record of 3-3, and this is their first playoff appearance. Their first BAL regular season, their first BAL appearance led to their first playoff berth appearance in the BL playoffs. Then you've got the Cape Town Tigers. They came from the Kalahari Conference. They were able to sneak into the playoffs because they had a good point differential. And their fate was determined immediately after the last game of the Nile Conference. They were able to sneak in, and they clinched the 3rd seed of the Kalahari Conference. So in the Kalahari Conference, you had 3 teams qualifying. You got FUS Rabat, Petro de Luanda, and the Cape Town Tigers. Then in the Sahara Conference, the team of the hour, the first seed was the River Hoopers. And in their second try, they went ahead and dominated. I know they dropped the last 2 games because after the 4th game against APR, they were able to go ahead and qualify. So there was no much need and emphasis to go ahead and win the games, but they had the best record in the Sahara Conference. Then you got US Monastir, who pulled off one of the biggest comebacks we have seen in recent times. Then in the Sahara Conference, they started off 0-3. They won a 3-game losing streak, but in the remaining 3 games, they were able to avenge their losses to clinch a 3-3 record. And this is their 3rd playoff appearance. And US Monastir, they won the championship in BAL Season 2. Last year, they couldn't make the playoffs because they were beat. Despite having a similar record, all the teams having a similar record, they were not able to go ahead and clinch a playoff spot. But this year, they were determined, and they went ahead and did it. And I talked about it extensively in a previous video. If you check out it, you will see that we delved into the stat sheet and we gave a clear, comprehensive analysis of what happened. So then, last but not least, we got the AS Downers. In the Sahara Conference, they finished the record of 3-3, and this is their third playoff appearance. So the AS Downers are an interesting team because last year they made it all the way to the BAL finals, although they lost to the eventual champions, Al Ahly from Egypt. So there are a couple of things that I just wanted to highlight in this video because a lot of teams go in with different expectations. And I just wanted to mention that a couple of teams that their legacies and their season-defining moments or in their BAL history are on the line. And for starters, we're going to start with Petro de Luanda. So Petro de Luanda, they fired Coach Jose Neto. So they went ahead and hired a new coach. And Jose Neto, I've known him. He has coached even the Angola national team, and he coached Petro de Luanda for the longest time. And I feel like a BAL championship for Petro de Luanda is way long overdue because in season 1 they finished number 3. And looking at season 2, they made it all the way to the finals, but they're not able to beat the USM team that was the strongest side there. Then in BAL season 3, that's when I felt like they fell off the wagon completely because they went ahead and got Solo Diabate and Arter Majok. They went ahead and swept through the whole regular season, winning all games. But when it came to the playoffs, they got knocked in the semis. And in this season, they had one of the most roller coaster games because they dropped a game against the FUS Rabat team in the first day. Then they lost a game to the Cape Town Tigers, which they choked away that game. So, and I believe that's the game that led to the firing of Coach Jose Neto, given how the team performed. So they have a lot on the line. I know they have another shot for to go ahead and play in the BL next year, but if they are not able to perform well this season, it can be a very underwhelming situation. Then we've got the Al Ahly team from Egypt. I know there's not much expectation on them going ahead and winning it because they've already won it all. But going ahead and making history as back-to-back champions, that's something that they want to do. But now, the team that a lot of people had a lot of question marks in their performance was the US Monastir team. Will they be able to translate their winning ways that worked for them in season 2 for them to be able to win the championship? I know they don't have a lot of pressure to win it because they already won the championship. It's only a matter of can they go ahead and win it and make history, because USM and Al Ahly already they won championships prior. So you can see them winning. They're looking to chase history, and it's going to be a clash of the North African teams. Then for the first time, we're having no Rwandan team is in the playoffs. So that was actually that was actually quite interesting. APR was the weakest side, but they're not even in the playoffs. So yeah. Then we've got the AS Downers. Will they be able to go ahead and make the finals and win it? Because last year they went ahead and did the impossible and they pushed it until the final game. Will they be able to do it? I don't know, but I'm just waiting to see the performance that they're going to put up. Then we have the Cape Town Tigers. I know they don't have much expectation like that because when you look at the Cape Town Tigers, they didn't have the best record because they really, really struggled in the regular season, especially with the whole Dynamo situation that deducted like 2 games. The teams in the Kalahari Conference, their records only show 4 games only because of the whole Dynamo situation where Dynamo just pulled out because of the whole Jazzy scandal. But if you look at their record, they have the weakest record in this playoffs because they have a 1-3 record in the regular season. So they look more likely like a first round exit. So not much expectation there. They just being there is just impressive. Then you have the River Hoopers. I don't think there's too much expectation on the River Hoopers to go ahead and win it all, because this is their second BAL appearance and this is their first ever playoff berth. So not much there. Then the Al Ahly Benghazi, they just look more like a first round exit, but let's see how far they go. I know a lot of teams don't have that much expectation, like FUS Rabat. If they go ahead and win it, it is still a successful season. And even all the teams that made it to the BL, it's still a successful season. And I must say, the title is up for grabs. And there are different champions. The first time in BAL Season 1, we had the first champion. We had Zamalek won it against USM. Then in BAL Season 2, we had USM going toe-to-toe with the Petro de Luanda team. USM were able to go ahead and win it. In BAL Season 3, we got Al Ahly who won it, showing off their strongest side. And Nuni Omot was there, but looking at right now, things just look so different, and the situations just show that anything can happen in the BAL. So especially in the playoffs, because it's a one game knockout, and also we'll have the seeding games, and that's something that I'm not a fan of. But anyway, it is what it is. So just a rundown on what to expect, and to follow up on the BAL, make sure to check out their YouTube and also check out the nba.bal.com just to check out the star sheet and also the game recaps there. And also, please be sure to like, share, subscribe to this channel, because I'll be posting game reviews and analysis on this channel. So make sure you check that out, because if you've been following this channel for quite some time now, even for the new subscribers who are watching this for the first time, you will see that there are videos that I've made talking about every single game in detail and giving a rundown on what happened. So make sure to tap into that. And yeah, man, I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.